Okay, and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. Last time around, we had to hide out a day after, and now disguise ourselves as the janitor. Okay, let us go. Supervisor local stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on career track rather than what he is. Disposable diamond dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your director supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came. And but I found out you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in our system. We were glitch or something. Normally we watch an orientation trade and walk through our mission statement, but well, it's gonna be hard for you on your first day. But you're going to need some blood, maybe a lot. Clean up other people's messes is what I do. If your hands full, there was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were just get things cleared on the floor. And listen, people are gonna be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Straighten up the floor and stay out of trouble. Got it. Look at whoever did this. Only a fool will attack Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to the Telestrian. And a few. Need top floor will only be access. And we'll get back to it. Okay. As Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice an access panel has been removed from one of the land racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Several stars calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of Shadowrun when I see it. Start at the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Soka, I get it. You never get the straight dope around here. It's out big side while shaking his head in agreement. I get it. So if the star was already in here, how do you mean like a Matrix tech could have stopped? Like a Matrix could have stopped a decking intrusion. Now I've got to execute a full diagnostics land racks before he comes back for a security report. Told me to be a very good opportunity to demonstrate the Telestrian corporate value of efficiency. I think his investigation is going to be more dependent on them about finding out answers. Never else solving a problem, it's about placing blame. He said it. Look, we all know. We don't want to know how this happened, we just want to know whose fault it is. You could duck out for a smoke or something, it'd be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Yeah, no problem, just another day in paradise, right? Take some land parts. Place the chips inside. Say at this point it's not looking good. Don't know how it happened. Unless our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know this duty above all for your security tests, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Civil Star gets his next promotion, that will become of value for your data pushes as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go in here, I need to make my report to Eric. While your slave is on edge, he's standing vacantly in his terminal with hands to his face and fingers to... What do you want? Can you seem busy? You're in real trouble, chummer. Well, unless you can clean up a shadow career, leave me alone. Came across some items that might help you out. Doubt it. You know, the guy said life isn't fair, he's talking about me. Me too. I used to be in accounting a few floors up. Too many drinks on Christmas party, and look at me now. Man, I didn't want this to happen. I mean, who would? Totally right. Most of the times, I don't know if the credit is worth it, but it's better than being one of the sinless scum, like the one who did this. Security's bullying, my friend. Can make it look like your terminal is tampered with, and no one will be the wiser. No reason I should let security push me around. Just do it. Cables and data chip around the terminal casing. Don't forget this when your review comes up. No problem, sir. Just gotta help clean out for a while. There's a lot to do. Just remember, keep this between us. Access panel and comlink. And now in here. Staring at the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raul, I know, and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but when I told that to Silver Star, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. He says what's letting the company now, but not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that, Drake, but today isn't the day for Telestian Corps. Duty above all. Travelers did the ultimate duty last night. Guess we just be happy Mr. Telestian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I've got to go upstairs and report. The guard is looking at open vent. He's clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry I tracked that Drake out of the floor. Can't believe what happened night watch. Tell it looks like a guy's got hit pretty hard. Yeah, they chewed through these guys pretty good. Must have been pros. I think you're done climbing the vents, Tremor? I need to get this room done before I'm in trouble. Anyone else? You saw me in there, okay? It's all comlink chip. First, there's more cleaning to do. Hey, found all these chips in some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? And actually, he's coming. He turns back to you in brief conversation. Then he turns back. The Civil Star wants to see you in his office immediately. Continue. The brutish dog existence of a slum dweller. It's a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet, after your time in Telestian industry, it's unclear which is more bleak. If the elevator rises smoothly, its planet-derived music is told to you once again as you ascend to the executive floor, and your goal. I wonder if am I just not allowed in here, or... Just an area, you can't go in there? Okay. Well, I'm curious, actually. Oh, I can't save. Was there at least an autosave? Yes, there was. You're gonna stop me? Nope, okay. Nothing happens. There you are. It seems one of my best are letting me down. It's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. It's duty above all, right? Well, yes, that's your first value, and I'm glad it was just how the security followed, and from a janitor, no less. Now I'm speaking of my 3rd and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. All rewarded punishments must be given or required. Now please start filling out a report on the data pad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit in a chair given your attire. You go downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. These paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I am tracking Silver Star and he's already stepping off the elevator. Don't think this guy will hold much longer. I'll update on his movements. Hurry. Okay, let's do this one. Push the flame. Push the frame. As a few guards, a tech worker and a very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question them. Leave it. Vigilance. I actually completely forgot that that's what you needed to do until literally just now. Half a scar. What is it? Take the sample. It's on a system, but unlock an executive elevator and path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. There we go. Now we go in that direction. Okay, from McCluskey standing smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Fine day for police corruption, isn't it? Right, dummy? Keep flopping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Tillerson wants to meet you in person. Chat about last night's funny games. You can come along quietly or you can meet him in a body bag. Come on, direct for brains, make the wrong choice. Fine, but one day, you ain't gonna have a round and round, McCluskey. Counting on it. Well, that went smoothly for us. On the floor of the Lone Star Cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown quarters office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast over the I-90 bridge. Nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles along with McCluskey's whistling the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. Half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road and magnificent mansion fills your view. It's designed a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt and you're dragged into the driveway where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bond. Look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, special force troops from Tier Tarangreer. Massaging and feeling back of your numb extremities, you're prepared to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. So, want some advice? Of course you don't. You're Shadowrun, you live by your own rules. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He springs behind the throne of Tier Tarangreer and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? I got one of the richest, most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me. What you got? Free will. Tomorrow thought, enjoy your chat, I'll dispose of your body later. Tall, fuzzy elf with the air of Victorian butler studies you from afar above your diminutive height before he speaks. Doesn't like what he sees. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. Thank you, G's. Delighted to be of service. You may wait here for a few months to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian does not want to be kept waiting long. Oh, look, it's Algernon. It's good to see you again. There's much to do. You're in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? Not run at all, Hardy spell. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Speak to me after you've spoken to James Telestian. Perhaps I could be of service again. As you approach, James Telestian III looks up from his computer screen, built into the surface of his desk, and says to you. Calculating and cold, a practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before you enter a mansion. It's something else, the feeling you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I've been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit, they are impressive. Generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. How do you tend to settle your debts? You already confiscated the container I took. I have no other bargaining chips. For some intrusion, you do not begin a negotiation by admitting you have nothing you wish to negotiate. However, you were considering your tactical situation. That tells me you're much more than a mere street thug. Allow me to instruct you further. You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. It goes like this. Your half-brother Sam Watts hired me to find his own killer. At a dead man switch, when I find the killer, I get paid. Trust me, ma'am, my father's dazzlers are intentionally not well known, even to themselves. Nevertheless, I felt a connection between Sam Watts' death and a raid on my office building. There's no connection between the research project and the dead man that I'm aware of. He was killed by your half-sister Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. I just killed giant bugs. Killed the bug, killed Jessica, get paid. And your bluntness somehow refreshing. Touch it button on the desk. Mr. Cloth, please ask my daughter to join us. The elf has dark circles in her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you. You're the one who helped me escape from the usual Brotherhood. How did you get here? Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive her for her trespasses against me. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got okay. I'm not okay. I can't sleep well. I'm afraid this is a dream that I'll wake up there and still be here with the bugs. You can relax, Marie-Louise. You are safe. It is over. Won't be over until they're all dead. You didn't see them. Don't understand. You and those men you flew in here, all you do is talk. It's just like you, former committee father. You that still had to take action. That's why I got Hakeem involved. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this woman. We'll speak of it later, in private. Now then, Hardispell, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for women on the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I'll be delighted. Don't know if that's sarcasm or not. Just behave. Wait until the Australian Library, in a sense of magnitude and purpose, you're no longer presence of mere wealth. You're a presence of history. And we will go through that next time around. So see you all then. Take care. Bye.